Are you tired of getting stuck in what seems to be a never-ending cycle of surfing the internet? Our brain, eyes, and body can physically experience some weariness, even if you are just sitting and browsing through your phone similarly because of inactivity. When you do this, you become more prone to getting brain drained. The internet is loaded with infinite information, and sometimes it is hard to get off. Let's dive in and know if your brain is in danger of information overload. Most of the time, we're doing multiple things at once, like watching while eating, listening while studying, or cleaning the house while tuning into a podcast. We're always connected, even bringing our phonies to the restroom for some entertainment. It always seems like we're afraid of missing out on something. This constant flow of information overwhelms our brains, making it hard to think clearly or concentrate on tasks that are essential, but seem to be boring because of the low stimuli. A lot of times, we forget that our brain and body can handle only a significant amount of information and tasks. It is unavoidable to push ourselves to the limits, maybe because of the nature of our careers. Yet we also have to remember that we are just one person who can do limited things at a time. When we fill our minds with lots of new information, even if it's really educational, we take away the time our brains need to organize everything properly. As a result, we lose our creativity. Generating new ideas becomes much harder when our minds don't get a chance to think. I often emphasize the importance of creativity because I truly believe it's crucial for the future progress of our society. It's not that we're becoming less creative. It's more about not giving ourselves the time to be creative. We don't allow our minds the space to let all the subconscious ideas marinate. Our minds are at their most creative when they're not bombarded with new information, and we're just peacefully contemplating the world. Think about those moments of brilliance that often occur when you're in the shower, free from distractions. It's widely acknowledged that some of the best ideas come to people during this seemingly simple activity. Surprisingly, that shower you took might be the birthplace of one of the most productive periods in your life, sparking an idea that could potentially revolutionize everything. Creativity reaches its peak when we delve deep into our thoughts. Consider the example of Leonardo da Vinci, who would spend hours gazing at his artworks, not actively doing anything. This approach allowed him to tap into the depths of his imagination and produce ground-breaking ideas. So, next time you find yourself lost in thought, whether it's in the shower or simply pondering the world around you, recognize that these moments of mental stillness might just be the catalyst for your next big idea. When you're not actively doing something, your brain is pretty busy sorting through all the information it recently got. Even though we're aware that taking in too much information isn't great for us, we can't seem to quit it. People all around the world spend about 6 hours and 58 minutes every day staring at screens, and that's almost 50 minutes more than in 2013. On average, an American takes in a whopping 34 gigabytes of information each day. Low-stimulating activities have been proven to be effective in reducing the effects of those high-stimulating ones. This is much more observed in toddlers who are exposed early to high-stimulating videos that change scenes, colors, and emotions quickly, not allowing for the growing child to absorb what was happening, resulting in overstimulation of their brain. Prolonged exposure makes them easily bored with not much comprehension. Compared with low-stimulating videos, children are given more time to assess and take in what is happening with what they are watching or the activity that they are doing. We can use this similar approach even in adults. As people having various careers, it is important that we engage in low-stimulating activities from time to time in order to let our mind rest and give it time to do its job. From the 15th century onward, our society has been no stranger to the challenge of information overload. It all started with the advent of the printing press, and scholars and scientists have consistently foreseen that, as technology progresses, the increasing accessibility of information would result in an influx of data that would be difficult to handle. Consider the people of the 15th century, grappling with the information available to them. Now, with our contemporary struggles, we have the ability to access virtually any historical book online at our convenience. The issue of information overload is not a new phenomenon, but has been a persistent challenge throughout the evolution of technology. This overflow of data does more harm than we might realize. It messes with our focus, messes with our memory, and even messes with our creativity and decision-making abilities. Let's dive into the world of neuroscience for a moment. There's this thing called working memory. Think of it as your brain's sticky notepad. it can only jot down so much before it runs out of space. This sticky notepad, or working memory, is crucial for thinking things through, making smart choices, and, in the end, dictating how we behave. Surprisingly, this mental pad can only handle about 10 pieces of info at a time. So, in a nutshell, when we're bombarded with too much info, it's like overloading our brain's sticky notepad, and that's not good for our focus, memory, creativity, or decision-making skills. When we go beyond the capacity of what our memory can handle, it messes up how well our brain works. Think of it like overloading a computer. If you keep stuffing it with too much data, it slows down and can't process things properly. Our brains work the same way. If we constantly make our brain remember too many things, it doesn't work as well. For example, if you overwhelm your brain by giving it too much to remember, it's like running a machine non-stop without letting it rest. We lose those times when our brain can take a break and not be bombarded with information. This downtime is crucial for our brain to function at its best. So, when we keep our brain too busy, it doesn't get the break it needs. The result? We end up with memory problems, both short-term and long-term. It's like the communication between different parts of our brain gets messed up because we've overloaded it with too much activity. We are living in the information age, where data is abundant and easily accessible. This era brings unprecedented opportunities, but it also poses a challenge. How do we manage and make sense of the vast amount of information constantly flowing into our lives? When you consistently immerse yourself in a continuous flow of new information, it can affect your sense of calm and creativity. Opting for this constant stream might seem like a good idea, but it comes with drawbacks. Your ability to focus on one thing and truly concentrate takes a hit, and it can even have negative effects on your memory and overall productivity. The idea here is that you don't always have to dive into every piece of new information that comes your way. It won't necessarily make you more efficient, and it won't necessarily boost your happiness levels. Our fear of missing out, FOMO, tends to govern our choices and pushes us to consume as much information as possible. It's worth considering that this approach may not be as beneficial as it seems. Taking breaks from the constant influx of information might just be the key to maintaining your peace of mind and enhancing your creative abilities. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is essential. Overworking and stress are one of the main causes of quitting. Utilizing flexibility in work hours, remote work options, and encouraging a healthy work-life balance can significantly contribute to retaining talent and interest. Our brain is like a super-fast computer that can handle 11 million bits of information every second. But here's the catch. Our conscious mind, the part that we're aware of, can only handle a tiny fraction of that. Around 40 bits, to be precise. Now, think about all the stuff bombarding you every moment. The sights, sounds, and everything in between. It's like a constant information shower. The amazing part is that your brain's autopilot, the subconscious, takes care of processing most of it. But here's the downside. When your brain is flooded with more information than it can handle, it can get pretty tired. This information overload isn't just a harmless inconvenience. It's been linked to some not-so-great things, like messing with your sleep, making you feel anxious, and even messing with your ability to focus. It goes like this. When your brain is drowning in thoughts, it starts releasing a stress hormone called cortisol. That's when things can go a bit haywire, and your brain enters a stressed-out state. The idea of accomplishing more in less time is appealing to everyone. However, my experience with making this video shattered my belief in the productivity of multitasking. It turns out that multitasking is often not as effective as we think. It gives us the illusion of being more productive, but in reality, it may hinder our performance. The key to true productivity is to minimize interruptions and focus on one complex task at a time. I'm specifically referring to tasks that demand a significant amount of attention, not simple chores like washing dishes or cleaning the house, which are suitable for multitasking. According to Earl Miller, a scientist from MIT, our brains aren't good at multitasking. When we think we're multitasking, we're essentially just switching quickly between tasks. The catch is that each time we switch, it takes a toll on our brain's efficiency. Even though it might feel like we're accomplishing a lot, in reality, multitasking makes us less effective. It's like overloading our brains with too much information, leading to stress and mental exhaustion. So, rather than boosting productivity, multitasking actually dampens our ability to get things done efficiently. When you're trying to concentrate on a tough job but constantly getting pulled away by things happening around you, it can make your brain work not as well. In simpler terms, it can make your work not as good. Staying focused on one thing and not getting distracted needs the same kind of brain fuel. When we rapidly switch our attention between different tasks, it makes our brain use up this fuel quickly. That's why, after only a little while, we start to feel really tired in our head. Now, let's discuss practical strategies to manage information overload. Set boundaries. Establish specific times for checking emails and social media. Avoid continuous multitasking, as it can contribute to a sense of being overwhelmed. Prioritize information. Focus on what truly matters. Prioritize information based on relevance and importance. Not every piece of information requires immediate attention. Digital detox. Periodically disconnect from digital devices. This break allows your mind to reset and reduces the constant influx of information. Learn to say no, understand your limits, and be willing to decline information or commitments that contribute to overload. It's okay to prioritize your mental well-being, curate your sources. Choose your information sources wisely. Follow reputable sources and limit exposure to unnecessary or unreliable information. Mindfulness practices. Incorporate mindfulness techniques into your routine, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises. These practices can help you stay present and focused in the midst of digital noise. Of course, these strategies come with benefits such as stress reduction, relaxation. Techniques help reduce stress by calming the nervous system and reducing the production of stress hormones. This can lead to improved mental and emotional well-being. Improved sleep. Taking a break away from stimuli promotes better sleep by easing tension and promoting a sense of calm. Quality sleep is essential for overall health, cognitive function, and emotional balance. Muscle relaxation. Exercising, such as deep breathing, can help alleviate muscle tension and reduce physical discomfort or pain that one can experience when they have so much in mind. Enhanced mental clarity. Taking time to clear the mind, improve focus, and enhance cognitive function. It allows individuals to approach tasks with greater clarity and efficiency. Improved mood. Relaxation triggers the release of endorphins, the body's feel-good hormones, leading to an improved mood and a more positive outlook on life. Immune system support. Chronic stress can suppress the immune system, making the body more susceptible to illness. Resting your body along with your mind may help support the immune system, contributing to overall health and well-being. Enhanced emotional well-being. Consistent resting, especially when you feel like you need it, provides a mental break, reducing feelings of anxiety and promoting emotional balance. It allows individuals to manage their emotions more effectively. Improved relationships. When individuals are less stressed and more relaxed, they are often better equipped to handle interpersonal relationships. This can improve communication and foster a positive environment. We live in a world rich with information, and finding balance is crucial. By adopting mindful practices, setting boundaries, and curating our sources, we can navigate the information age more effectively. Let's strive for a digital environment that enriches rather than overwhelms. Choose to be comfortable spending time with your own thoughts and concentrate effectively on the task at hand. Step out, think, and unload so you can make space for your own mind to grow.